To be successful, we don't have to do extraordinary things. Just do ordinary things extraordinarily, said John Rohan. And the reason for creating this channel is just that: see and respond to situations and problems in a different way and treat them in an extraordinary way to create an amazing, awesome, happy, and lovable life. A life that makes you alive, and know that you have this power and can use it. Hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Anita Watwani. I'm a wellness coach and a speaker. Today, I'm going to show you how your story, your identity, your life are interconnected with each other. Once you know this truth, you will understand the power you hold within you. As people, we are always telling stories. Thousands of years we have told stories from sacred books, fables, novels, movies. The heart of humanity gets moved with stories. It is the tool we use to understand, give meaning, and draw conclusion. They create excitement, motivation, and inspiration in life. They also create drama, struggle, and helplessness feelings. All of it really depends on how our mind interprets the reality, the facts. What happens in life is the fact, but how I interpret or tell the story makes a big difference. I invite you to be present and ask yourself these two questions. What is a title you would give to your life? For example, the ultimate struggle, fighter, life is beautiful, adventure of consciousness, strength, the journey, etc. Try to define your life in as few words as possible. The second question is, who are you living in your life? For example, my life is similar to that of Julia Roberts in the movie Pretty Woman. Or my life is an adventure and action like 007. Or my life looks like my mother's. These are the two questions for today. So please go ahead and pause this video for a moment and try and answer these questions. And then once you know them, share in the comments below what title you gave your life and who you are living. And then you can continue watching this video. The story that your mind tells you of your life will define the role you are going to play. The role assigns the associated emotion that will dominate your life, and those are the emotions that will always pursue you. These emotions will then define your identity. Your identification of yourself gives you the life you are living today. For example, he is an angry person, a jealous person, a victim. She's always crying. She's a depressed person. Your life and your identity are directly related to the story that your mind tells you. My question is this really your identity? Can you change this identification? What is the story you always tell about your life? Is it a heroic story? Is it prevailing against all the odds? Or it is one of action and adventure? Many want to choose a story of romance and love, or at least they seek a romantic love story. It may be that your story is about comedy, full of jokes and laughter. It can also be one of adversity, full of drama and pain, that defines you as the victim. The key question is, who tells you these stories? And the answer is very simple: it's our mind. Our eyes observe everything that happens outside, but the mind attaches thoughts that are familiar to the situation, and the mind interprets the facts as something similar or in context and assigns a label. That label has some associated emotion. We feel these emotions, and in the end, we have a judgment against or in favor of what we observed. Then the mind tells the story to us and to others over and over again to match the identity already assigned. Let me tell you a story. Once there were three people breaking stones near a construction site. A passerby asked the first person, "What are you doing?" The first man answered, "Can't you see? I'm breaking stones." Then he asked the second man, "What are you doing?" The second man answered, "I'm breaking stones so I can bring home some money." Then he asked the third man what he was doing. The third man replied, "I'm helping construct a beautiful temple here. It's a real piece of art." The three men were doing exactly the same job, but how they perceived their work was so different. So, what is the story your mind tells? There are many ways to look at a particular situation. If you are aware enough, you will see the different ways you can interpret a situation. There are many ways of perceiving the same experience. Let me give you an example. Suppose you went to the supermarket and you waved at someone you knew, but they didn't respond. So your mind would come up with all these stories. He didn't see me. He looked my way, but he was looking at someone else. He saw me, but he was in his own world. He saw but didn't say hi because I must have said something the other day. Or did I say something that made him angry? Anyways, he doesn't like me. Or no one likes me actually. You see, these are all the different stories your mind can tell you. By this, you know that there are various ways to perceive the same happening. Since there are different ways one can interpret a fact, why does my mind like to stick with only one of these stories? Our mind labels according to our identity. Once you are aware of this, you can relabel the situation and tell yourself a different story. A story that serves your higher good instead of a story that beats you down in life and leaves you feeling tired and exhausted. What story or label you associate to your situation makes a big difference to your peace of mind. And I believe that it makes no difference to the other, but it makes a big difference to your life. Your perception of the world, a world of your own that you have created in your mind, only affects you and how you will go about in life. So, if there are so many ways to think about the situation, then why not choose a one that will give me energy, make me feel loved, and give me peace instead of conflict? What we choose depends on the image we have created of ourselves. It's the identity label we have given ourselves. Take away the label and know that they are just labels, that every perception is a label that can be replaced with a new one. I'm going to continue this topic next week. Until then, I suggest you make a list of all the labels you have given your life and start consciously choosing and relabeling them to your heart's desire instead of leaving them at default. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of the second part of this video. Thank you and have a great weekend.